Hey guys, it's Nicole, and I apologize for the lighting. It's pouring rain here, so I have just about every light I can possibly turn on in this room, so I hope it's okay. And I have you docked above my table so that you can see a few layouts that I'm going to show you. But basically, for those of you considering getting the Studio Calico kit, I said to a few of you in private messages that I would let you know what I thought about them. And you know, I like them, and there's pros and cons. Okay, so let me first tell you the pros. The pros are that it made me work with products that I probably would have never purchased or worked with myself, and I actually really like the way that using those products turned out on my layouts. So that is something that I really like, and I like that I was able to just come in here and scrap a page. I didn't have to pull anything. I basically just mindlessly scrapped using what was on my desk, and I found that a challenge and fun. The cons of it is that I made 4 layouts, one of which I already shared, and a card, and I think I was pretty much burnt out on the products after that point. So to me, that's pretty darn good. To be able to use, you know, let's say a $30 kit, and make 4 layouts in a card, which is 5 projects, I think that's a pretty good deal, and I used quite a lot of the stuff that I got, and I still have leftover to put in my stash, but I just think my attention span with these products basically ends after the 4 or 5 project mark. So that's a con for some people, but not for me. I think it, you know, it was fun while I had it, but I just want to show you how much of the kit I used. Okay, here is my paper container, and basically these are all hacked to bits. I cut a little bit out of this paper. I didn't really like this side, and then I cut some of the letters on this side of this paper. And I still have 3 pieces of cardstock left because, like, I already had this color cardstock in my stash, so I used that first because it was already semi-crinkled. And then I already have craft in my stash, so I'll just put that there. And then I really didn't have any photos that match this green. So to me, that's not really bad. And then the only paper, designer paper, that I didn't use any of was this one. And to be honest, I just wasn't a fan. I wasn't really a fan of this paper. If I could have found a way to use the numbers, I would have, but there were so many other number elements in the kit that I didn't really need this. So I think that's pretty darn good. I mean, the rest of the paper is pretty much, if you look, it's like pretty shredded. So this will kind of just go in my scraps, and then I'll, you know, put the cardstock away with the cardstock, and I'll probably just put this paper in my basic gray shelf. So that's that. Then in terms of alphas, I use these on 2 different layouts, so I got a good use of them. I actually use quite a lot of vowels. You can see here some A's and E's are missing and some O's. But I got pretty good use. I find that, you know, out of 5 projects, to use the same thickers on 2 layouts in a row kind of not burnt me out because I really love this font, but I just didn't want to use them again on the same grouping of layouts. So I can put the rest of that in my stash. Then they also came with, ooh, sorry, these 2 alphas, and you can't really see it the way I have it here. Hold on a second. It came with these. I used a ton of the red ones, as you can see, and then I used the gray ones only on 1 layout. I used this one on, I believe, 2 layouts in a card. And I don't have the card. One of the cards I made I sent out, and the other one was a birthday card I made for Sherry, and I only used the alphas for that card, so I didn't really count that as a project card. So those were those. Okay. Then in terms of, okay, let me just show you. So everything that I had once showed you was on this tray. This is all that's left. I didn't use any of the gold doilies. I used, this isn't even from the collection, sorry, that just got in there. I only have 3 die cuts left, these 2 little, sorry, 2 little tags that, I mean, I could have thrown on a project, but there was no need. And then this little speech bubble that said important. I used every other thicker, and I used, or thicker, die cut, and I used all the other paper clips. I only have 1 apple left. So this is pretty much killed. And then on my other, well, this has a bunch of just junk in it. I used 2 of these brads, and I still have some other numbers left, so I'm going to just throw that in my brad drawer while I'm talking about it. And this came with a library pocket. It was from the add-on kit, and I used the pocket, but I didn't use this card. So I'll just throw that in my Project Life. And then I did use some of this on a layout. I really like this stuff, but I didn't use all of it. I used a ton of this ribbon, probably a little bit on each layout, and I still have some left on the thing here, on the roll. I used some of these arrows, as you can see. There's quite a few missing. These are loose. I probably used about 8 of these on various layouts. I used a lot of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these were used. I used this washi on several layouts. You'll see that. And, you know, these are things that you're going to have in your, I mean, I think the kit's a pretty good deal. Like, this stamp alone would probably be $10, and, you know, I spent $30 on the kit, so I think that's pretty good, plus shipping. And I used one of the numbers and one of the weeks on one of my layouts. This was from an add-on. It came with 4 Prima gears. I used 3 of the 4. I used 1 envelope from here, and then also the little one that was in this pocket. I used 1 of these numbers. It came with 1 through 0, and I used the number 3. And then I also used this Way to Go stamp. So, I mean, I think that's pretty darn good. I used almost everything. And like I said, like I'm pretty much burnt out on these products, like using them solely for layouts. But I will definitely put them in my stash and enjoy using them on other things. So, okay, so let me just show you in the order that I made them. So this was layout number 2 that I made, and I love it. Hopefully I'm in frame there. So all I did here was I just layered 3 of the papers from the collection here, and then this is actually like one of the border labels that says the name of the paper from the clippings collection, so I added that there. Oh, I actually used 2 of these numbers. This I cut out from the paper, and it just says 9 months. These little months, alphas, I got from my own stash from a recent haul I did. Here's a die cut from the collection and some of that gold start border that's like puffy. These stickers were from my own stash, but I really thought this was a good opportunity to use them because I just thought they matched really good. Then I heat embossed this little 9 that came from the stamp right here. It's the stamp right here. I used that 9 and just heat embossed it in white. And then these little triangles here, let me just show you some of that. I got this when I went shopping with Sherry. It's the Crafters Workshop template, and it's called Mini Tri Mosaic. And I just used that with some white ink that I had. Layered a few of the papers here. I put an R here for Reagan on Pop Dots, and then I used my Stepping Stones Alpha to make it look like she was sleeping. And I thought this paper right here matched her little pajama stripes perfectly. Here's some of that, this stuff that was in the collection, and this tag was also from the kit. Here are the gears from the kit. This little flare was from the kit. I just layered some of the accents here, some more of the star border, but yeah, I really love the way that this one turned out. So cute. And then, okay, so then the next one I made is right here, and I used a paper from the collection as the background. Here on that paper that I really didn't like, I'm not a big fan of any of the Indie Chic collection paper. I didn't like really any of it, but this side I just wasn't particularly a fan of, so I decided to just fussy cut some of this out, and I did for the side there. It took me quite a while. And then this is a photo of my dad and Ray when we took her to Siesta Key in July. All of this is little die cuts from the collection that I layered. This hello's from there as well. This and is. There are those thickers to write Grandpa on me. I also just used some of the, what do you call that? Is this like, I keep wanting to say twill, but that's wrong. Tweed, no, I don't know. I'm confused. But I used some of this with the little chevron, and then the washi is right over here, and it's also a couple different spots on the paper. I used my Amy Tan stamp to stamp the date and happy memories, and here are some of her Puffies stickers. And then these are arrows from that arrow sheet. Where is that arrow sheet? This right here. And I just inked them using my Jenny Bolin ink and then outlined them. What else? Here's the little bicycle paper clip. And then I used my Cloud Punch here, some more of that yellow fabric-y, whatever. Some papers from the collection, and then here are the sequins that were in the collection as well. So yeah, that's that one. Love the way that that came out. And then the last one I made is really simple. I did a lot of sewing. I don't know if you can see that. I sewed all around the edges, and then I did zigzag stitches. And I basically used scraps from the various papers that I used and layered them and just made some different fishtail banners. Again, oh, and I should have probably covered her. I'm sorry if my friend sees this. I'm sorry. I should have asked permission. I will put that there for now. So sorry. This is my friend's daughter, Kennedy, so I put a K here for her with little arrows pointing, and it says 3 years old. And then the years old is using these alphabets right here that look like that. I put the doilies here, and I like that it says 1, 2, 3 years old. And then this is just a brad for my own stash. I stapled 2 of these file corners on here and added a little puffy there. And then here's that library pocket, but I didn't like it with the stark white, so I just added my own. I haven't written here, but I'm going to write a little note to her. And these are all Studio Calico rub-ons. And in case you were wondering, you can rub a rub-on on top of another rub-on, because I put this green one on, and then I put this A Note For You on top of it, and it took just fine. So that just goes right in there, and that's really it. So I'm calling this kit quits. I'm going to put the scraps away and yeah, just move forward and wait for my next one. So that's sort of my take on the kit. I'm enjoying it. I do sometimes miss pulling my own material, but it certainly was a challenge, and I found it fun, and it gave me a little bit different of a perspective of how I could be doing layouts and using products. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks. Bye.